What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Boleros. I'm back here with the usual suspects. Say hello, Gab and Maui.
Hello, hello. Welcome back.
Hello.
Okay, welcome back. We're going to do another weekly news recap. Alam nyo naman, I know people have been tweeting, have been messaging us. Nasa na ang podcast nyo? Nasa na ang mga breaking news podcast nyo? Ang daming nangyayari the past few days, the past week actually. Uh, yes,
Ganun po
we
tayo
see the news.
in demand, pare.
Oo. Mga tatlo yung nagrereklamo. Yes, we see the news. FYI to our friends, to our subscribers. Yes, we see the news. And thank you for sharing yung mga news sa amin, yung news links, news articles. Really appreciate it. But for now, we're trying to do it on a weekly basis. So usually we do record our episodes on Wednesdays. So we put it out Wednesday night, Thursday morning. Just in case you're expecting when we'll be posting, that's usually our posting schedule. So before we talk about some of the UAAP college basketball news, we're going to talk about something very close to our hearts. Something that deeply saddens us. I think people listening, if you're fans of the UAAP, you probably know what I'm referring to. We wanna briefly talk about the news of LA Tenorio being diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. And if you watch the Ateneo episode or Ateneo Fantasy Draft, we're all big fans of LA Tenorio here. Talking
First
about it,
pick. Your first
my
pick.
first pick, exactly, my first pick. And, some people question that pick, but that's how big an impact LA had in our lives, I would say. And I think, Gab, Maui, you would agree here. Probably growing up, he was the guy that really, I'm sure Gab and Maui, you were fans of the UAAP maybe before LA, but he was probably the guy that really turned all of us into like love, really diehard fans of the UAAP, diehard fans of the Ateneo team that we watched growing up. And a big part of that is because of LA. And LA has really influenced the local basketball community, not just in the UAAP, not just in college, but also in the pros, also internationally. He's been a fixture in the PBA. Iron Man nga ang tawag natin sa kanya, 'di ba? And um he's still, relatively young. He's only about 38 years old, I think, and he's one of the Iron Man, 'di ba? Most fit and healthy athletes that we know. It's really sad to hear that he has stage 3 colon cancer. um our prayers go to LA and to his family and to his teammates. We really hope that everything will be okay. um the treatment will work, and we hope things will get better for LA. Gab, you wanna, as a doctor, you wanna say something, or you wanna say anything?
Uh, it's kind of sad na stage 3 yung nahuli sa kanya, no? So for our non-doctor subscribers, that usually means na it has spread to the lymph nodes near the colon area. So yun. And I think from the article, he's already had surgery. I think the part of the colon that had the cancer was taken out already. So hopefully now it's the chemotherapy stage. I think that's what he's gonna go through. And his statement was pretty positive. I was pretty happy to see that. He hopes to play again. Those were his exact words. And gaya ng sabi mo, Sam, I think we're all rooting for him talaga. You said na when LA entered Ateneo, that was the start of of why we became diehard fans, and that's pretty true because in LA's rookie year, Ateneo made the finals. He was really the guy who elevated Ateneo. I mean, Ateneo went to the Final Four in 2000 and 1999, but never got to the finals. And it's not coincidence that when LA was recruited and played in 2001 that we entered the finals because LA was that important. He was that exciting. He was that great. And you really wanted to root for the little guy, and that was the little guy, LA. When
That's
this
true.
news broke, sabi ko nga sa inyo, diba, sobrang I I teared up, man. He's one of my idols. He was one of my idols in growing up, yung watching him play basketball. And yeah, I do hope he comes back. If he comes back, I might actually watch a Hinebra game. And that'll be my first PBA game in years. If he ever if he ever comes back to play, I will watch that game to see LA Tenorio again. Maui.
Maui, I
Yeah.
know this is close to you also. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, I think when the news broke out, yung first feeling talaga was really heartbreaking. As I mentioned to you guys, I started watching UAAP religiously, as in religiously talaga sa live games when LA Tenorio entered noong 2001. That's the year when me and my dad started watching the UAAP. A year before their 25th reunion sa high school. Um, and yeah, I think yung Ateneo basketball really turned when they got at LA Tenorio. It's when Ateneo basketball really started yung winning culture. Gab mentioned they entered the Final Four nung 2099, but nung 2001 they broke the barrier and made it to the finals. And I was a very young kid back then. We were very young kids back then. We were below 10 years old. Eli Tenorio was definitely one of my first heroes, basketball heroes. One of the first players that really made me fall in love with the game of basketball. And it's really heartbreaking to see, especially since he's only 38 years old. But I guess the silver lining is maybe at least he had it early. Hopefully, he's strong enough to be able to overcome this. Like Gab, I'd probably break my PBA live streak na years now. When I last watched, I probably watched LA Tenorio the next time he wears the Hinebra jersey. He's a never say die kid person. Nung Ateneo days pa lang, nung finals, he had 30 points, I think, nung game 2 or 3 nung finals. And he's in Inebra, which really embodies never say die. So hopefully we see LA Tenorio back in the basketball, especially as hopefully he recovers soon. He gets all the necessary treatments. And it's really heartbreaking. Uh, I'm at a loss of words, to be honest. Grabe, I think Ellie Tenorio is the most celebrated and probably the most accomplished Atenean in the 20th century. If you look at all the lineups, iba yung resume ng LA Tenorio when it comes to his stint sa PBA and yung international. He was there when the team made it to the World Cup for the first time in 40 years, I think. He was there when they won the Jones Cup and he got the MVP. So
Yeah.
hopefully, um, players like Bahay, players like Terence Romeo, all those small guards that really elevated yung play, they all stem from an elite Tenorio. So hopefully, my prayers to his family and to him. Hopefully, he gets over this barrier and make up a new streak. Yung 700 game streak na will hopefully he makes a new streak. Yun lang.
Yeah, so I think maganda yung sinabi nyo, Gab and Maui. Maui, tama, no? He was really a hero to a lot of us growing up. And I think as he goes through this new battle, he will still serve as an inspiration for everyone, no? This new battle that he will have to go through. And at the end of the day, if he can't go back to basketball, there's still a lot more to life than just playing on the court. And we want LA to have to enjoy the rest of his life, no? So Really hoping for LA to recover and to get better, and we're looking forward to seeing him in good health and in good spirits. Okay. So that's done. Let's move on to our next topic. Now this is actually what broke the UAAP slow news cycle last week when UP announced and confirmed that they have signed the big three of Lasal Green Hills. So si Pablo, Gagate, and what's ano name ni Coronel, diba? So I know it's surprising UP getting three star players from LaSalle. Initial thoughts on the LaSalle players going to UP instead of going to LaSalle. Maui,
I think
tawa ka dyan, Gab.
this is a big blow sa Lasal. They have 3 players sa LSGH. They should have gone to Lasal seniors. But I think the burden that UP had with losing Tamayo, losing and the other two bigs is really
Zave
big.
Lucero
Zave Lucero
and
and
Galinato.
Galinato. Sorry, talagang surprising yung news. Pablo is surprising. He won the MVP. He was just the backup of Mason Amos nung under 18. So hindi mo siya masyado na palaro nung under 18. But he's really shown that he's a star player. He became the MVP, even besting his teammate si Seven Gagate. But you guys know I love wing players. Si Coronel is really a guy that impressed me when I watched the under 18 team. Him along with Abadam were really two of the best young wing players sa UAAP. And actually, ang initial reaction ko lang talaga is, it's crazy. UP is getting everything. I think they have 9 or 10 new players. I do not know how they're gonna fit all those players. Si Felicilda and si Raylan Torres is also coming in. So Lebron Lopez plus those 3 plus another si Sean Alter. I really don't know how UP is going to fit them all sa system nila. Considering they also have CJ Cancino coming back. So is this will my initial thoughts is really, will they be able to find enough playing time? Will they be able to make this work? And lastly, will this be reminiscent of the LaSalle teams of the 2000s na over recruitment talaga, yung
Yes.
sayang, like sila Bolik and sila, some of the players even went to PBA, yung sa NCA, sila Larry Muyang, to name a few. I think that's it for me.
Gab.
Okay, I'm gonna tackle this from the two school side. So from the UP side, this is great news because they basically rebuilt their front court. I mean, we talked about it when we had our season-ending podcast when one of our season-ending podcasts when they said that Carl Tamaya was going to the B League. UP's front court is now just Malik Diouf, and it's just him. So we can't find they were pretty thin up there, and now they've fortified that front court with two big signings. I think Coronel is not gonna be able to play in the next season. He's still injured. So with Luis Pablo and Seven Gagate, those are big, skilled players. They're definitely ready for the seniors division. I even think si Gagate can play in bigger leagues na nga eh. I mean, he's that good for me. And ayun, and for UP this is great, but my reaction was the same as Maui. How are you gonna play all these players? Diba? How are you gonna play? Their backcourt is essentially the same. They still have the same backcourt, and they're bringing in Janjan Felicilda, Raylan Torres. They're bringing back CJ Cancino. Who else is gonna come there? I have no idea. But and then the front court, there's LeBron, there's Pablo, there's Gagate, And so there's the Sean Alter kid. I really don't know, man. What was promised to them? This was the part where LaSalle struggled with in the mid 2010s. No, started when they just recruited every high school star they could see. I mean, anything, but will get you to LaSalle. And some, were even promised playing time, and they didn't get playing time. Shout out to Nico Elorde, which is the reason why he transferred to Ateneo, because he was promised playing time in LaSalle and they didn't give him any. Robert Bolek, same thing. Ponzo Gotladera, same thing. You're a highly talented recruit, and then for 1-2 years you just sit on the bench. I hope UP finds a way to let all of these players shine, but there uh
The
there are
reality
only
is,
the reality is 40 times 5 positions on the court. There are only 200 minutes in a single UAP game. I don't know how you get in enough minutes for all of your all of those highly touted recruits. I have no idea. So tiwala na lang siguro kay Coach Gold. I don't know what was promised talaga to get all of these players to UP. Second, from the LaSalle side, man, ang sakit nito. Yung tama si Maui. Ang sakit nito.
bakit?
Homegrown talents from high school. 3-star players not going to LaSalle.
You couldn't even
Although,
get one no? Hindi ka man lang nakakuha ng
Oo.
isa. Grabe.
This is what a coup. Yung sabi ko nga sa dad ko parang yung UP, sabi nila, wala nang talent sa NU. Yung doon naman tayo sa Lasal Green Hills kumuha na yung magnakaw ng talent. So, but I think si Apo, one of our friend Apo from Lasal, did make a good point. Lasal's front court is pretty stacked right now. So maybe that played the part in it, no? UP's front court is pretty thin, so they have more playing time there. LaSalle's front court is already set, so the competition for minutes is less in UP. So maybe that's it. No, maybe that's the reason why they went to UP. But still, this gotta hurt. This gotta hurt. I mean, those are pretty good players, and you just got one of the best young coaches in Topex Robinson.
Exactly.
And yet you still couldn't get these three guys.
Get them. Yeah.
So big blow to LaSalle. Big blow to LaSalle. Yung enter coach was Renan Ritualo.
Yun
That's true.
Ritualo pa yung coach nila.
Die hard.
Na talagang die hard LaSalle talaga. So I something's not, I don't know, something's not it doesn't
adding
seem right.
up.
Yeah, it's not adding up.
Everything's
not adding up. How did that happen?
Hindi man lang na-convince ni Ren. That's so weird, no? But yeah, I agree with you, no? Ako, I'm just as surprised as you are. How UP was able to get all three of them. None of them are going to LaSalle. You've said all the points. Sa akin, honestly, like LaSalle right now is a very attractive team for me. If I'm like a high school recruit, no, you have a bright young coach. You have a solid young team. I think yun yung isa sa mga comments natin din sa LaSalle when we were talking about them, diba? They're still relatively young, and baka yung inexperience din nila sometimes hurts them. But it would have been like a nice situation for LaSalle graduate from high school. So yun yung
I did want to make one more point, Sam.
Go ahead.
I think a part then why these three chose UP. For me lang, it's my opinion. I think the VAS played a big part in it also. So they don't have to take the upcut, they automatically in the school. They don't have to take the upcut. Come on, man.
Yeah.
If you're a high schooler, that's UP, and you're offered a scholarship. You don't have to take the upcut. You're automatically in the school. That's pretty attractive. And I think in LaSalle, you still have to take the DLSU set. In Ateneo, you still have to take the asset. Uh, in UST, you still have to take the USTET, as far as I know. So, um, diba? That's one hurdle down the drain. And, the UPCAT is not easy. I think we all took the UPCAT. So, I think that played a big part in it. Now, whether the VAAS is good or not, that's a different conversation. But yeah, I think that
That's
played a big
debatable.
part in it.
Yeah, that's ano siya eh, pwede siyang there are two schools of thought doon, no. So, but could be, no, could be, tama ka, Gab. Um what was I gonna say? I did read about yung si 'di ba si Coronel injured his ACL.
Yeah, ACL.
And apparently like si UP had already been taking care of him during his injury.
Wow, really? They
Yes,
did?
they were helping, they were with him during nung operation niya and whatever. Now, iniisip ko lang kung NBA to, 'di ba? Ano 'yun eh,
Oh,
ano tawag doon?
Tampering.
tampering,
Tampering.
tampering.
Tampering. Tampering. Wala bang tampering rules yung UAAP? Kasi or
Come on,
yung
man.
UAAP
Walang kahit anong
NCAA?
Wala,
rule
wala.
sa
Wala.
recruitment. Yan ang topic na dapat
Kasi
pag-usapan din.
oo nga eh. Parang napaisip ako nung binabasa ko, wow, that's good for Coronel that they were able to help him, support him, or just be there. Honestly, like, sorry, please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know exactly how UP helped him. Basta, that was sort of like what they were saying or explaining na, actually, it was Coach Bo who was saying na, oh, we've been with him since he injured his ACL. We've been, supporting him, ganyan.
Mahal din
Um,
ACL.
you would
I
know,
would know.
Maui,
Mahal
'di ba,
yun.
na
I would
ACL
know.
ka, 'di ba?
Yeah.
But yun, at first pang wow, that's good Si UP really takes care of the recruits, ganyan ganyan. But then, yun nga, after thinking about it, na-realize ko, hindi ba parang tampering yon? Hindi ba parang weird yon na inaano mo na siya, nag-aaral pa sa high school, but okay, wala namang tampering rules. But
That's a good
sige,
topic
so
also to discuss,
I mean,
Sam.
napaisip lang ako, no?
Yeah.
To your point, so kayo, comment down below what you think about yung ganung galawan, no? So I'm sure it's normal. I'm sure other schools do it. Just let us know what you think about it. With regards to playing time, I'm not as worried as the two of you. I think. I think for me, just getting LeBron, getting these recruits, it's really planning for the future also. And when you get like, so number one, yes, tama kayo, no, the guards are still there, but CJ Cancino will come back. But as Gab mentioned, I think coming from that ACL article, see, Coach Bo said Coronel won't play for season 86, so he's going to play for the following year, where
Cancino will be
CJ
out.
and JD Kagulangan won't be playing anymore because it's going to be their last year in season 86. So technically Coronel will be replacing those two. For the bigs, they really replaced the two bigs, actually three bigs of LaSalle. Maui mentioned CJ, Tamayo, Carl Tamayo, Zave and Galinato. So you put in these bigs along with LeBron or Francis Lopez. So I think they just slot in those three slots that they left. Alter, I haven't heard that much about him, but again, it's going to be Malik's last year, so at least you have Alter there coming in as a backup big for Malik just in case. And we've talked about this, high quality recruits like this, we don't even know if they're going to play 5 years. Diba? So, for me, I think we're going to see, especially the big schools, they're going to overload the roster. They're going to over recruit because they don't know how long these star players are going to stay. Sure ba tayo na maglalaro ng 5 years tong si Gagate or si Pablo? I don't think so. I really don't
Eh, yun
think
nga, Sam,
so.
eh. That's a good point na, Sam. I I do think na players like LeBron Lopez, their mind is
Oh,
set
LeBron,
not
yes.
on staying in the U. So they
They're
must have been promised
playing time.
minutes.
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
playing time was definitely promised because if they went to UP and their goal is to make it to the pro and not stay, so immediately they should get minutes. I think that was one of the conditions why they went there. Like ayun nga, I mentioned earlier, Seven Gagate, I think it's a pretty polished player. You know, just some tinkering here and there. And si Pablo also is a pretty polished guy also.
Right.
He could bolt in a year or two, but it depends on how much playing time they get, on how much shine they get. You know, if they play 15 to 20 minutes a night, they're not gonna get much
Right, right.
offers. They're not gonna get a lot of numbers. So it's a good point, Sam.
True. Yeah, so I think like for the bigs, I think they will get playing time. Um they don't basically UP doesn't have any bigs other than Malik Diouf. So there's really opportunity for the new bigs to come in and really contribute to the team. Um but I think it's really going to be the trend moving forward na top schools will over recruit because you never know when your players will leave and bigla kang mabubutasan ng team, no? Kind of like what happened um well, nag-pandemic, but like what happened to Ateneo also, 'di ba? Nawala yung mga um si SJ, or to FEU nawala si RJ Abarrientos. So yeah, so that's it for that topic. One last topic. This is going to be more of a fun topic for us. Uh Gab, we recently saw the news about Cignal TV. Uh Basically telling media personnel na bawal na kayo mag-record ng any highlights, short clips, videos of the players and the games or whatever unless it is in the press room. Tama ba? Maui, Gab, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think yung
Yeah.
malaking restriction talaga on social media.
I don't
So,
get this.
okay. Alam nyo naman yung how we feel towards the media coverage of the UAAP. We've talked about it in numerous episodes in the past. And here is Signal TV going completely the other way of what we're trying to tell them to do. Na what we want is for them to be more open, to make it more accessible for people to watch, put it on YouTube, put it on FB Live, just like the coverage of the NCAA. And here Signal comes in and tells media people, I mean, wag na rin kayong mag-record ng videos nyo. Kung kailangan nyo ng videos, hingin nyo sa amin. Kami lang ang pwede mag-record ng videos. Maui, can you explain ano kaya yung strategy behind this? Or
Actually,
tell us
to be honest,
what you think.
initial thoughts lang is why are we moving backwards when we should be moving forward? I think yung GMA has done a masterful job dun sa coverage ng NCAA to the point that we've been blessed to be able to watch yung some of the juniors matches, even yung hindi yung finals or final four. And the UAAP, for some reason, made this deal with Cignal, disabling media personnel. I don't know if it's only media personnel or even the coaching staff or even yung athlete themselves of posting short clips of on court action. Is Are they barring them for less coverage? Are they getting irritated that players are leaving early? Is this something that they did to prevent poaching of players from other leagues abroad? I really don't know why we're doing this. In this day of age of social media, everything gets shared online. I mean, leagues get bigger online. We talked about this nung B-League episode natin, how the B-League has capitalized on Pinoy players playing sa B-League. Yung marketing nila, kahit nung game ni Carl Tamayo and Kai Soto, sila yung main focus even without the guarantee that both of them will be playing big minutes. And
Kanina, Maui. Bobby Ray Parks
Bobby
sa Kai
Ray.
Soto yung naka-market. Pero injured si Bobby Ray.
ayun, exactly. Exactly. So everything is shared online. I mean, we watch Kai Soto, we watch 30 Ravenna on YouTube. I mean, it's crazy. I think we're one of the few countries in the world. We're hosting the FIBA World Cup next year, but we're one of the small number of countries na hindi televised. I mean, hindi broadcasted on YouTube yung games ng FIBA. And now they also do it sa UAAP. Less coverage. We have to subscribe and pay to be able to watch sa Cignal Play. Pag hindi ka magbayad, hindi HD. It's crazy. 5 years ago when I was still at the bank, I remember late nights, mga 6 p.m. I was watching sa phone ko lang through YouTube. And now, it's super hard to get coverage. It's crazy. Why are they doing this? I don't understand, to be honest. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Gab, you wanna say anything? I know ikaw lang ang nakanood ng UAAP Juniors, by the way, because I didn't have yung signal, whatever. I didn't bother. So
For me, this is straight up once again about money. It's just a money
cash
grab by
grab.
Cignal. Well, talagang pera. They just want more money. They want our money, so they're gonna do everything they can to squeeze out every amount of peso or whatever amount of money that we have for us to get access to the UAAP. For those who watch on Signal Play, do you know that One Sports, the standard definition One Sports, is now part of the premium plan. So, hindi na siya part ng basic na
Wala
libre
nang
lang
libre pala. Grabe.
for downloading the app and even watching their ads. Hindi na libre yon yung One Sports. You now have to pay. So, so they're obviously not being shy about it. They really just want us to pay for getting UAP. I don't know what the thinking is behind this particular one, how are you gonna monitor it? So for media personnel, so for media outlets, what about random fans? There are random fans with phones in every game who take
media,
videos. If it's
influencers,
social
diba?
media, how are you gonna restrict that? That's crazy. Third, this is such a bad look. It parang ang naisip ko lang na parang sa marketing meeting ng Signal Play ng Signal. Like isip nila gawin natin premium lahat ng UAAP. Parang did they want the UAAP to be like a premium product? Parang ganoon. So everything has to be paid. Parang Apple, the strategy that Apple does. If you want an Apple product, you pay a premium for it. Is that what they're going for here? Is that the strategy? Na the UAP is the premium collegiate league. So yeah, we're not gonna put this out for free. You pay. You want to watch the UAP, you pay. But that's crazy to me because you don't have that big of a following for the UAP. Diba? Like you fill up the arenas during the finals and maybe the big games like Ateneo UP. Yung Ateneo na sabi doesn't get filled up anymore. So I don't get this. And if you don't put it out there for fans to watch this, they're not gonna watch live also. So your ticket sales are down. So I don't know. My MBA is scratching in my head. Ano pinag-iisipan ng mga head honchos ng Cignal? I really don't get it. Sam, you're the marketing. You're in the business of marketing.
Go Maui.
I'll just add
Go,
one more.
Yes.
The UAP is supposed to be a product for students. Students watch games live. How are students supposed to afford paying for a premium product? I mean, maybe people from Ateneo, people from UP, Lasal, some of the people from UP can afford this product or UST. others will have to scrap and pay for this when everything is going up. All the prices right now are going up. It's crazy that the UAAP does this. It's ridiculous. I mean, if you want a sustainable fan base, you have to always have that student fan base. These students will be the alumni in the future. So if they're not fans during their stay, during their elimination, elementary or high school or college days in Ateneo or UP or whatever school, FEU, how are you going to maintain the fan base, diba? So it's really crazy. So I don't know. Scratch, just scratching my head. It's crazy. Sabi, ikaw may explain
Mr.
from a marketing
Marketing.
standpoint.
Hindi
Mr.
ko nga
Marketing.
ma-explain. Hindi ko nga ma-explain kaya tinatanong ko kayong dalawa eh. Just wanted to add a few points, no. First of all, uh if ano siya, if it's about money, no. We've already seen examples, as Maui mentioned. We've already seen examples of other leagues that have been successful, like the B League, and yet have made their media coverage, their game coverage accessible to everyone. So there is if there is a strategy or there is a platform na you can still make it accessible but still make money out of it. So it doesn't make sense na we're forcing this premium subscription paid model kung tama ka Maui, 'di ba? Ang target audience mo hindi naman din earning students earning money pa or can afford to watch or to pay for the premium. Um so yun, so I agree on that and I think it really needs to be changed. Second, go.
You just to add something. And it's not like Signal Play is like a very good
We're
service,
we're
you
not,
know.
we're not we're not talking
It's
about
a pretty
Netflix or
crappy,
Disney Plus. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's a pretty
exactly.
crappy app.
yep.
It's just like
Crush the
TV on
trust.
your phone. You can't even rewatch the games.
Oo nga. Tama. Hindi mo mapapanood anytime you want. Like, ano ba to? Feel nyo ba Disney Plus kayo? O ano? Or Netflix na worth spending monthly? Hindi. Hindi talaga, guys. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. And second thing that I just wanted to say. Alam mo, buong buhay ko, UAAP talaga pinapanood ko eh. Fan ako ng UAAP. Wala akong alam sa NCAA. So, hindi ko talaga sinusundan tong NCAA. But, for the first time ever, dami kong napanood na NCAA juniors games. Kasi, number one, napaka-entertaining ni Renren Ritualo mag-coach, by the way. Yung mga facial
Oh
expressions niya,
yeah,
tsaka reactions niya,
yes,
guys.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
If you've seen the games, you know what I'm talking about. Yung mga scenes na linalagay niya yung cold compress sa ulo niya or biglang nahihimatay siya or whatever. But, number two, without me looking for the NCAA games, lumalabas siya sa feed ko sa Facebook. It just, obviously, like the Facebook algorithm knows na I'm a fan of basketball, I'm a fan of Philippine basketball. Lumalabas siya sa suggested ko. In fact, like one time, um, I was attending mass at Ateneo, yung Radyo Katipunan mass. Right after that mass, the next video that plays was the Lasal versus San Beda
Letran.
game.
Yes, and then.
Lasal versus San Beda. So, a few weeks ago. So, I watched it. Pinanood ko pa, uy, okay ito Lasal versus San Beda. Ang ganda ng game, ganyan. I watched it. It was that simple. It was that accessible na I didn't even look for it. It just popped up and I just watched it. And again, I was talking to Gab and Maui. I 'di ba, way before the juniors game started, I kept telling you guys, sabi ko, feel ko, i-cover nila yung juniors. Pag-usapan natin yung juniors, yung UAAP juniors, we can podcast about them. Walang coverage. And I couldn't even watch the Final Four game because I don't have yung Cignal Play app or hindi ako nagbayad. So sa amin tatlo, si Gab lang nanood. Maybe Maui, I don't know. But it sucks. It really sucks. And, you know, yung media coverage Cignal, whoever who's part of that team that decides kung how they want to um cover the UAAP, you should watch Boleros. So let's end with that. People, please invite your friends to subscribe. Listen to Boleros. Let's make a petition. Let's convince tong mga um, TV5 Signal, people covering the UAAP. Let's get better coverage for the UAAP. We deserve better. Not just the UAAP, but even yung FIBA. To Maui's point.
Yup,
Kalokohan
yup,
yun.
yup, yup.
Kalokohan yun, guys.
Okay lang,
Magising
tayo
na
lang.
tayo.
Yup.
So, let's push for that. Share this video. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll end the podcast on that note. See you. Bye-bye.